Okay, everyone. So I have a hot take for Marvel Rivals, and maybe it is a hot take, maybe it's not a hot take, but this is just my opinion. I wanted to talk about role queue really quickly and my defense of it. With season 4.5 just a few days away from the time of recording this video, I really think it's something that we need to talk about because the community is extremely divided about this subject, and it's extremely divided about everything in general, to be honest, whether it's supports, triple support, tanks, or whatever. So just to give you guys some context, I primarily play Vanguard. I'm primarily a Vanguard main, and then I play supports next. I'm good on a handful of DPS characters. I do have my picks. I have picks for each role, but because since season 0 there's always been a shortage of Vanguards, no one wants to play them. 90% of the time in my casual and ranked games, I've had to either solo tank. If I'm lucky, I'd get a duo if I'm lucky. So I'm either playing Emma, Mag, Doctor Strange, the usual. And recently Angela, since she's been new, she's been pretty versatile. You can use her in a lot of different ways to counter a lot of different people. She's fun and she's useful. I was gonna make an Angela video, I didn't. Anyways, now people have been complaining about triple support. I've also kind of been in that realm as well, complaining about it because games have been exhausting. You know, they tried to circumvent it with nerfing Luna ult and so on, reducing the amount of time that it was, which is still pretty long in my opinion. But as someone who plays Vanguard and support mainly, the triple support has been a mess. It's been a lot to deal with. Like, we're talking about what, damn near 30 seconds worth of ults, just from one team sometimes, especially if there was a Loki on the other team. You're talking like before the nerf, a 10-second plus Luna ult, and then Loki copies Luna's another 10 seconds, and you get a Mantis ult, which is like another 8 seconds or so damn near 30 seconds of ults. And the other team might run a similar comp as well. They might run a Luna, a Loki, and a Mantis or an Invis, right? So you're talking about the Luna nerfs about a 20-second ult just from Luna and Loki, and then an additional 8 seconds from Invis or Mantis, and even Jeff now with his ult now doing healing as well. So it became really exhausting. And if you also were to add Ultron, I mean, if you used his ult for healing, it is what it is, another 8 seconds or so. But oh my god, it's a problem. And I've been telling some of my friends that I personally believe one of the solutions to the problem would be role queue. And they looked at me like I'm crazy. Like, what are you talking about, role queue? Why would we want that in the game? Role queue would destroy the game. Look what happened to Overwatch. The one thing I don't see people talking about is, why can't role queue just be an optional mode? And even the devs were very strong against role queue. We're not going to add it. We're not going to do this. I'm hopeful that they will add it. I really am hopeful that they will add it, just because, you know, just as well, like, people were begging for placement matches. We're not getting it this season. We'll get it next season. Now the devs are open to it. Now they're working on it, right? I really hope they add role queue. I feel like that would fix a lot of problems. If we set it up where you can only have a 2-2-2 format, right? 2 healers, 2 tanks, 2 DPS. I feel like that will help a lot of the players that want it, myself included. Okay, as a Vanguard main, I would love to have a co-tank. I would love to have it, personally. I would love to have it, right? And I feel like each mode should have a different rank. So if you're ranking up via role queue, I feel like that should be like a separate rank. Like, you can't climb by doing open queue and role queue. I feel like there needs to be, I don't know how they would go about it, but I feel like it would need to be a separate thing, right? Or maybe not a separate thing. Maybe you can just be the same thing. Maybe you just want to role queue, or you want to open queue maybe another day because you don't feel like, you know, role queuing. Either way, I feel like it needs to be an option. I don't think it needs to replace the current form factor of the game, which is open queue. You can pick whatever you want. You can run any type of comp you want. You can run a 2-3-2, you can run a 3-3, you can run like triple tank, triple support, whatever. You can do 1 tank, 3 DPS, 2 healers. 1 tank is always 1 tank. 1 tank, 2 DPS, 3 healers, which is what a lot of people have been doing recently, right? But the point is, I feel like it needs to be an option at the very least, and I don't know why people are making such a big deal about it. They're arguing against it when if it's just an optional mode where you can just go and select what you want. Like I've recently been playing a lot of Overwatch. I've been having fun with it because I'm relatively new to the game, but it was refreshing, and it is refreshing for me whenever I want. If I just want to play DPS, I cube in on a DPS and that's it. If I want to play a healer, or I want to play a healer or DPS, I select both roles. If I'm open to playing all three, I select all three. But I can go in there in an open queue, I select my healer, I pick a healer that I want to practice or a healer that I'm comfortable with, and I go with it. I don't see why that's such a problem. And then Overwatch also has open queue as well, where you can just go in the 6v6 open queue. It is an option. Now, again, I feel like just having that for people who want to have it will solve a lot of problems. And that way they wouldn't necessarily need to nerf the triple support, because if you're locking it down to a 2-2-2, right? Or maybe even in the role queue, there might be an option, right? You can make it have certain categories. Maybe you can have it, you know, they have data on this, on the most popular, you know, comps that they have going on. There might be a 1-2-3 option or a 3-3 option, right? Or a standard 2-2-2. But just make it be an option to select. And then listen, it would be great if you have a Luna and a Loki short. It'll be a 20-second ult, but at least it's not a 30-second of invincibility ults going on. You reduce the game length by a whole 10 seconds, right? Or 8 seconds, right? So, and then again, for as a Vanguard main, I would love to have a co-tank with me, man. I always have some of my best games if I'm playing Emma and I have a cap, or, you know, one dive, one anchor tank. If I'm playing Strange and there's a Venom, or I'm on Mag and there's like a Hulk or something, it always feels good. It feels good. And 2 DPS, 2 healers, it feels good. My most fun games and my best games and the games that I enjoy in this game is a 2-2-2 format. So it would be awesome to just have an option like that for people like me. I don't really see why that's a big deal. Anyways, a little bit of a rant, a little bit of a hot take. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. I do believe it should just be an optional thing. It doesn't have to be mandatory, and it shouldn't replace the current open queue format, which is what made Marvel Rivals unique. And I still think it makes it unique because you can have really interesting comps. You can have, I mean, it's rare, but I've seen a full healer comp win at times. It's rare that happens, but I've seen it, right? I've seen a full Vanguard team in comp win a game. It's a rare thing to see, but it happens. But the fact that it is an option makes the game unique. So, and the experience unique. So, but just add a role queue for those who want it, and that would solve a lot of problems, especially, you know, healers that are tired of solo healing, tanks that are tired. It's really for the tanks and the supports, to be honest. DPS never have this problem, and they will never have this problem. So, yeah, I would rather wait 2 minutes to have a co-tank than to spend 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes solo tanking and having a horrible experience. That's just me. Let me know your thoughts down below. That's it for this video. Are you with me? Do you agree? Should there be role queue? Should there not be role queue? I want to hear your thoughts. All right, that's it for this video. See you later.